Next up for the Philadelphia Eagles, the New Orleans Saints on Sunday in the NFC Divisional Playoff Round. Hi everyone, Eagles insider Dave Spadaro along with Brian Westbrook, the Hall of Famer. This is our first look at a team the Eagles are playing for the second time this year, the 13-3 New Orleans Saints. They're rested, they're ready, they are the number one seed in the NFC playoffs, and they are a huge challenge for the Eagles on Sunday. So Brian Westbrook, how do the Eagles win this game?
We have a uphill battle. And we're talking about a team that at home averages 34 points a game. They get after it defensively at home, and we have to go to their house and try to get it done. But we can do it. And here's the thing that we have to do. Defensively, we can't give up the big play. If they want to dink and dunk us 10, 12 plays down the field, okay, that's fine. And then allow a field goal. We have to play the same type of red zone defense that we played against the Chicago Bears, where we allowed them only to go 0 for 3 in the red zone. That's the same type of red zone defense that we have to play. We have to find a way to get around and affect Drew Brees. We saw in the Cowboys game that the New Orleans had against the Cowboys that they affected Drew Brees early and often. They got him off his spot, and really they were very physical with Drew Brees as well. We have to do that same type of thing. That means our front four has to have a great game this weekend.
Let's just put into perspective Drew Brees this season. 74.4 completion percentage. That's outrageous.
That's crazy.
Nearly 4,000 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. A veteran player, a Super Bowl champion, will not be flummoxed in the least by anything that Jim Schwartz throws at him.
So one other thing you have to do is make them one-dimensional. You can't allow this team to be good running the football with Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara and then allow them to pass the ball with Drew Brees down the field to Teddy Ginn, who's just getting back healthy, and Michael Thomas. You have to make them one-dimensional. If you're going to do that, I would stop the run first. Now Drew Brees has to win the game from the pocket. To me, that plays right into our hands. Attack the quarterback.
When we saw the Saints earlier, a loss that dropped the Eagles to 4-6, a 48-7 embarrassing loss, but it really did change the season. And you wonder how Doug Peterson will play that game this week in terms of motivating the Eagles, putting something in their minds, that little extra edge. Hey, guys, you went down to New Orleans and got it handed to you. Now what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think last year this team built on and they lived on the underdog mentality. Of course, these last few weeks, nobody expected them to do anything. Going out to Chicago, 6 points underdog right there. Going to same thing to New Orleans, probably 6 to 7 point underdog right there. We have to use that same type of mentality, use that chip on the shoulder. Nobody expects us to win. Nobody believes in us. The only people that believe in us are the people in this building right now. Let's go out there and work our tails off in practice and make sure that anything that they throw at us, we're prepared for and ready to take on.
The Eagles are a different football team than they were 7-8 weeks ago. They are a better tackling team defensively. They are a more sound team, much more aggressive up front and effective up front defensively. And then, Brian, offensively, Nick Foles is the quarterback. He's spreading the football around. The Saints are vulnerable on defense. They are not a perfect defense by any means. So if you are Doug, do you want to play keep away and run the ball, short passing game, eat up the clock? What are you trying to do?
What's been most valuable for our football team the last month of the season is being balanced. That means we have to get our run game. We have to be committed to that. 20, 23 runs, we have to commit to that. And then we have to spread the ball out, make sure that everybody on our offense touches it. That means Alshon, Goddard, Ertz, Tate, everybody on the offense has to touch the football. And if you do that, I think you make a defense spread out even more. And then in those critical downs, you can find Zach Ertz in the middle of the field.
What can you do to kind of shock the world early in this game and put the Saints back on their heels?
Start early, start fast. And that's what this team is.
Doing what?
Well, I think you go deep first, early. Try to get Alshon involved early and put that defense on his heels. I don't know that you're going to be able to run the ball down their throat and just expect to win that way, because the pressure for an offensive play caller is that you know when they get the football, the probability for them to score is very, very high. And so you got to put some pressure on them, make sure they're on their heels and that we're on our toes as we attack them defensively. I would take a shot early on, max protect, make sure that Nick has some time, throw the ball deep. For Alshon, when you look at Alshon, he's either caught the football or drawn a penalty. I would believe the same type of thing going down there in New Orleans. He's either going to catch it or he's going to draw a penalty.
2008, the Eagles turned the season around. Brian has a big game against the Arizona Cardinals on Thanksgiving. And then the two teams meet again in Arizona, NFC Championship game. Did what happened on Thanksgiving have any bearing at all in the NFC Championship game?
You know, we were confident that we can go in there and beat that team. The good thing when that Thanksgiving game is that we played them here at the Link.
Yeah.
Then we went out there. That Arizona team was much better at home than they were on the road. For us, we were a confident bunch. We knew that we can beat this football team. We didn't play our best game. And for us, and we talking about this game in particular for the Eagles, we have to go down there and make the Saints not play their best game. That means we have to be physical early and often, and then we have to score early in the football game, set the tone.
And you can't drop interceptions. You
No.
can't miss any opportunities. You cannot commit penalties
No
after the
mistakes.
whistle. No, a mistake-free game, and the Eagles certainly have a chance to win the game. Now, nobody plays a mistake-free game.
No.
You got to play an A-plus game, though.
That's right. You have to play an A-plus game. You have to win the field position game. That means in the special teams game, we need to get some yardage out of the return men. We have to make sure when we're punting the football that we're down in it inside the 10, inside of the 5. We have to get those hidden yards. That's how you win these games. The little small things make a big difference in games
It
like
isn't.
this.
The Saints are. You look at him. Michael Thomas, 125 receptions.
Amazing.
Kamara and Ingram in the backfield, dual threats who really torched the Eagles last time. And yet, Brian, you get the feeling that this Eagles team, there's just something special about this team.
There's a special bounce to it. They're playing better. They're healthier. We're doing a lot of different things. We're taking the ball away, and the defense is out of the ball. If we would just catch it. There were some opportunities here for us to show the world, not just the Saints team, that we're a much better football team than the one that went down there a couple months ago and played.
I've been having this daydream all week that the Eagles are up 21-0, and then we're all kind of on the edge of our seats.
That's a good feeling.
That's a good.
Let's make it 28-0. Let's go 28. Let's
21's not safe
no,
against
28
Drew Brees.
there. Let's go 28.
So it's a daunting task for the Eagles. It's obviously they're going into the home of the number 1 seed in the National Football Conference, similar to last year a little bit. Eagles on the other side of that though, and the Falcons came in and took the Eagles right down to the wire.
I wonder, and this is a feeling that I've had, and I played on a lot of teams that had that first round bye. And there are other teams that are just playing well, and they didn't have that first round bye. They allowed that momentum to build. How much confidence is it for a football team that just went out and beat the best defense in the league, Chicago Bears? They went out and won a playoff game when nobody expected them to win. How much confidence does that add to a football team that's playing its best football of the entire season? I think that this is a great opportunity for this football team. I'm excited for Sunday.
It is playoff football. The Eagles in New Orleans on Sunday afternoon, the final game of this weekend, the divisional round in the NFL. So it'll be another fun one to watch the Eagles go in as the underdogs and upset the big team, the New Orleans Saints. Brian Westbrook, Dave Spadaro. That's our first look at the 13-3 New Orleans Saints, the Eagles' opponent on Sunday. Thanks for joining us.